your new home for live events, USA Sports.
What are the moments that forge a championship team? Every kill that ended games. And every save that kept them alive. Every attack and every rally back. Everything has led to this moment. But this moment will decide everything. The moment has arrived.
Welcome to the League One Volleyball Championship in Long Beach, California. The LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid plays host to the first match of the series, featuring Madison Skinner and the defending champions from Austin. They will face off against two-time Olympic medalist Jordan Poulter and Love Salt Lake. They are all hoping to have their names on the Tiffany Trophy at the end of the series. Both teams had tough playoff battles to get here. Austin needed a 5-set win over Atlanta in order to advance.
Yeah, Austin's season is almost a copy-paste from season 1 here at Love. They were up and down all year, but they're playing their best volleyball when it counts, and that's what they do. Will be exciting to see how they take that momentum here tonight.
And Salt Lake had to get past league MVP Jordan Thompson and Love Houston, the best team of the regular season.
Yeah, Salt Lake also played the best volleyball they've played all year, and I feel like it almost surprised them how locked in they were. They had an amazing game plan. They were present in the moment, and they're playing really great volleyball. Will be an amazing matchup tonight if they play their best.
And you can see the emotions from the league MVP Jordan Thompson after her team did not get past the semifinals, just showing how much League One means to these players.
Truly, and when you give something everything, this is what happens when you don't get it, and so many athletes wish they were here tonight.
There's the road to the championship for both teams. Now just 2 games left for Salt Lake and Austin to decide it all. As we welcome you in alongside two-time Olympic medalist Courtney Thompson, I'm Shelby Coppage. We have NCAA champions, future Olympians, past Olympians. Courtney, you know what it's like to play on the biggest stage. How are these athletes handling this pressure?
Yeah, the finals, there's always this special energy. There's a lot of noise externally. You know what's on the line. The media, your friends and family are all hyped. And it's the athletes that can take that energy and throw it into the things that they know, their routines, being a great teammate, and taking it one play at a time. And whoever does that the best tonight is going to play well and win this thing.
Salt Lake's going to have a lot of help from Libero of the Year, Manami Kojima.
She's one of the best liberos in the world, and the kind of player that every time another team plays against, they have to game plan around her. The amount of balls that she's able to keep alive for her team extends every single rally that she's in. Austin's expecting a lot of long rallies. Usually the balls that they kill won't go down tonight, and they're going to need to fight to get these points.
Courtney, take us through the Chase scouting report for Salt Lake tonight.
Yeah, so of course, Manami Kojima is the strength of theirs, as long as just the experience that this team has, and they really struggle if they don't pass well. So if the ball is off the net and they have to attack out of system with one option, they're going to have a tough night against a huge physical block in Austin.
Running the floor for Austin, setter Carly Lloyd really been stepping up lately in the postseason.
She's had a phenomenal back half. She didn't start the season as the starter, but when she came in, she's been frustrated from all the ups and downs and the potential here. So she's playing with all this fire, all this intensity, and really raising the standard of a lot of young, talented hitters. And she's been the missing piece for them. If she's on and aligned, it'll be fun to see what this team does.
Here's the Chase scouting report for Austin tonight.
Yeah, so for Austin, they're one of the best serving teams in the league. So if they put that kind of pressure on Salt Lake, it's going to serve them well, no pun intended. And if they can pass well and run a balanced offense, they need production out of their left sides, Maddie and Logan. If they get that, they're going to be really tough to beat.
Here are the leaders of these top teams for Salt Lake. Tama Miyashiro facing off with Austin head coach Eric Sullivan. For more, we welcome in the third member of our broadcast. It's Cameron Irwin.
Exceptional from a coaching standpoint is their experience with the national team, both as players and as coaches. Of course, Eric Sullivan repping the Austin squad, and Salt Lake with Tama Miyashiro. Now, I spoke with both of these coaches in preparation for this matchup, and 2 themes rose above. Being able to manage the emotions of this moment as well as execution. For Sullivan's squad, they aim to find emotional consistency, avoiding the highs and lows that this match can truly bring, while also attacking from the service line. watch out for some short serves on their side of the net. On the opposite side, for Salt Lake, it is all about the dependence of emotion on their veterans, like two-time Olympic medalist Jordan Poulter. From an execution standpoint, they want to solidify their first contact, have the ability to find their offensive rhythm from the very first serve. And Courtney and Shelby, I'll tell you one thing, after talking to these teams and these coaches, these two teams are locked and loaded, ready for the first match of the 2026 Love Finals.
Thanks so much, Cameron. Great stuff. Moments away from the first match of the 2026 League One Finals. Can't wait, gonna be a great one, Courtney. And now let's send you down to the court and announcer Jim Henry for the introductions of tonight's starting lineups.
At center, number 1, Jordan Poulter. At middle blocker, number 6, Tori Dixon. At outside hitter, number 9, Alexa Gray. At middle blocker, number 11, Serena Gray. And outside hitter, number 21, Claire Hoffman. At opposite, number 33, Haiti Casanova. And at libero, number 16, Manami Kojima. Salt Lake is led by head coach Tama Miyashiro. Let's hear it one more time for Love Salt Lake. And now make some noise for Love Austin.
Didn't they just do that?
At center, number 3, Carly Lloyd. And outside hitter, number 4, Maddie Banks.
Okay.
And middle blocker, number 5, Molly McCage. At opposite, number 6, Madison Skinner. At middle blocker, number 7, Asia O'Neill. And outside hitter, number 33, Logan Eggleston. And at libero, number 15, Kotoe Inoue. Austin is led by head coach Eric Sullivan. Let's hear it one more time for Love Austin.
Here's your Adidas starting lineup for Salt Lake. Haiti Casanova ready to go. Courtney, what are you most looking for here?
Yeah, you know, number 33, Haiti Casanova, she's an opposite, and when she goes, this team really is firing. She's a huge piece of this offense. Coach Tama Miyashiro talked about she wants her to hit high hands, use the block, not try to be too fancy against a very big block in Love Austin.
Here's the Adidas starting lineup for Austin. Madison Skinner, second in points and kills in the league.
She's really an X factor for Love Austin. And the best thing about Madison Skinner, not only is she physical at the 40-inch vertical, but she gets good when the lights are brightest. She's with the league MVP in the finals last season, and we expect her to show up and lead this team with kills, among other things.
The championship is a 2-match series. If one team wins both, they take home the trophy. If they split, they will immediately play a golden set to 15 points to decide it all. Both these teams made their way to the finals, getting past the golden set. You could not ask for a better or more dramatic semifinals. Can't wait to see these two face off. Carly Lloyd starts us off with the first serve of the 2026 finals. Gray stuffed. First attempt right into Skinner's hands.
And that's exactly what Austin wants. They're big, they're physical, they're known for putting up a wall defensively. A good look one-on-one, but that set was just a little tight for Alexa Gray.
Serena Gray running in. Back to Alexa Gray, though. Coulter goes to her middle. Serena Gray, who again goes into the block. This time it's Molly McCage.
Molly McCage, number 5, a veteran middle, a huge stuff of Serena Gray. And at this level, you've got to commit and take some chances. And she saw that early, and it worked out for her.
Serena Gray got the high hands, but Salt Lake was called into the net. Austin having an early, strong lead here in the first set.
You can see a few of these touches from Salt Lake isn't quite their norm. They're kind of settling into the moment, but passing well so far.
Back row attack, blocked again. This time it's Logan Eggleston. Everyone in Austin's front row getting in on it.
Austin looks absolutely locked in. Number 33, Logan Eggleston. One of the best outsides in the league. An up-and-coming player doing an amazing job.
Serena Gray tries to find that corner and avoid McCage hitting the ball out. 5-0 lead already for Austin.
A hot start.
And hot start.
Salt Lake challenging.
Out.
If that last hit by Serena Gray was
Salt
touched.
Lake is challenging block touch.
Tommy Ashura hoping that McCage got a piece of that touch from Serena Gray. Courtney, what do we see?
I think she might have gotten that. Oh yeah, definitely got the pinky. And
Nice
sometimes
foul.
as an offense, you're just looking for that first side out. The first time you score after the serve receive, just to kind of settle in. And the good news for Salt Lake is that they're passing well. That's a huge key for them. But Austin coming out hot and doing exactly what they want to do, play a physical game and crush dreams on that block.
Jordan Coulter back row setting the next 3 rotations. Casanova off the hands of Skinner.
And Salt Lake as a team has done a good job of not getting too high, not getting too low. So they start 4-0. You could easily kind of get in this narrative, but they're finding a way to make some plays and they're right back in it.
Cage coming in. Tight ball. Eggleston throws it back over and Casanova passes it outside.
It's a little bit of finals nerves right now. Some touches that these athletes typically make and control, but I'd expect both teams to settle in. This is a good rotation for Salt Lake City. They got 3 of their best attackers ready against the best server in League One volleyball, Logan Eggleston.
Eggleston, number 1 at aces this season for League One. Casanova, tight set. Back row attack from Claire Hoffman, and she liked that set from Coulter.
They don't use that back row attack, especially from 21 Claire Hoffman, too early, but Jordan Coulter trying to find some solutions here. These sets, the rhythm offensively for Salt Lake look a little bit off so far, but I'd expect they're gonna find it.
Outside of Maddie Banks, good coverage from Eggleston. Skinner off the hands of Serena Gray.
Madison Skinner, again, she kind of had an up and down season at times, number 6 for Love Austin, but she is their go-to player. And again, in every big match, she won 3 national championships. She knows how to show up in these moments. She did it last year, and everyone expecting her to do the same tonight.
Serena Gray finding Molly McCage with that one rotation where McCage is in the back. Big swing from Gray.
Yeah, number 11 in yellow, Serena Gray, one of the best middles in the league, percentage-wise on attack. And even Coach Eric Sullivan for Austin said, hey, we know she's going to get her kills. Can we stop some other people? Is going to be the key for us.
Deep flow from Gray, picking on Eggleston. Skinner rolls right into the block. This time it's Salt Lake's turn to get those blocks.
Hey, they're not known for being great great blockers, but they showed up against Houston with a great game plan. And that's one thing about these two coaches. They know each team by rotation. They communicate it well. Both these teams are going to be locked into each tendency of the other side.
Deep floats from Serena Gray. The blocker getting in on the dig. That was from Gray, leading to the kill from Hoffman.
Look at a little alligator dig back there. Kind of a funky hand position by Serena Gray, but keeps it alive for Salt Lake. And Claire Hoffman, if she can get some kills tonight, that's going to be a huge key for Salt Lake City. She's more known for kind of her consistency in the passing lane.
Skinner ending the first tie of the first set after Austin led 4-0.
That one just sounded differently. Madison Skinner, a little bit of space down the line. She kind of floated that thing like a knuckleball. Great swing by number 6.
Now Skinner back row, watch out for her back row attacks. Casanova tooling in O'Neal's hand. More on Madison Skinner, it's Cameron Irwin.
Yeah, guys, I got a chance to catch up with Tama Miyashiro speaking about Jordan Thompson and Houston, as that was a team they faced in the semifinals. Another strong right side attacker, just like Madison Skinner on the opposite side for Austin. She said that their heat map, aka where they like to hit the ball and how they like to neutralize some of those defensive moves, are similar. She thinks it's an advantage in this matchup, as you see the block touch there, and a second from Jordan Poulter, who picks up the point. Yet again, they are going to be able to have that advantage on their side. The only difference is Madison Skinner plays in middle back as opposed to the right back corner where Jordan Thompson plays. So that's one adjustment to watch out for.
Great stuff, Cameron. This is Salt Lake's first lead so far in the match. Asia O'Neal, the slide queen, as her former head coach of Texas, Jared Elliott, slated her. Back row attack, Skinner coming in, and just like we talked about, Cameron, that heat map, Skinner can spread that ball all over the court.
If you're scoring like that on Manami Kojima, you're putting some heat on the ball. Amazing swing by Austin, and they've had so much success running their attack out of the back row, which essentially means you have 4 hitters coming at you. It's really hard to defend.
Manami Kojima going for that save. Goes on the ground. The whole crowd gets a little quiet right there because Kojima got to make sure she's always okay.
Flying into the sideboards and always gives great effort. One thing Coach Tama Miyashiro said sets Manami Kojima apart is her habits every single day and the discipline that she has, and it allows her to make so many plays in matches like this.
We interviewed Austin head coach Eric Sullivan and a few of the players, and all of them brought up Kojima, said how they have to keep the ball away from her, how much respect they have for her. One of the best liberos in the world, the Japan national team. Skinner flying in from the back row, a little too wide.
And you know, even talking to the athletes, it affects everyone. Carly Lloyd brought it up, Molly McCage. She said, hey, even if I get a really good block, Manami's probably going to be there to cover it. The attackers know that she's just going to extend these rallies. Changes the game plan of Austin.
Outside to Eggleston, she finds that deep corner, perfectly avoiding Kojima.
And so much of these matches, too, is how you respond to an error. Both teams doing a great job so far. A few odd plays here and there, a hit out of bounds, and can we just make the next play and be present one play at a time?
Asia O'Neal at the service line, deep float to Kojima. Casanova clipping the hands of Molly McCage for the kill.
Haiti Casanova, you know, she got emotional in the semifinals when they made it. She said, volleyball hasn't made me cry since I was a kid. And I asked her what it meant to her to be playing in these finals for Salt Lake. And she said, you know, to play in a country where there's so many people from Cuba that live here and I get to represent all that that means, it's really special. And it'll be fun to see her represent Cuba tonight.
Casanova, member of the Cuban national team. Big kill from Molly McCage. 5 in purple getting in on the slide, so running behind the setter. This time Carly Lloyd's back row. Another tool. So Alexa Gray purposely hits the hands of Austin to get the point off the block. Back and forth blows here in the first set. All on the line. Season over this weekend. Who's going to be the champion? League One Volleyball is presented by Skims, the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of Love. Honorary first serve. Zuri James has a mean deep float. The youngest child of Savannah and LeBron James. Look at that spot. That short float that Eric Sullivan wants to see from his team. The 11-year-old already nailed it. Her grandmother is also here in the stands, Savannah, and the grandma showing Zuri in League One some love.
So fun. You know what I love about watching Zuri? She was warming up earlier, and she just has so much joy every time we went over, and that's what it's all about.
Skinner dug up by Hoffman. Alexa Gray beating out the forehands in front of her and the backline defense.
Number 9 for Salt Lake, Alexa Gray, a name you're going to hear a lot in this series. She's the best outside hitter from Canada, 1 game away for qualifying her team for the Paris Olympics, and she has been a differentiator for Salt Lake this season.
Eggleston cuts that ball. The net shoots that one out.
Both of these teams, they come in, you know, there are a lot of nerves, and they're both settling in now, and I would expect one to start pulling away. Who can lock in a little bit more and continue making plays one at a time?
Molly McCage saving that ball. Skinner rolling that one perfectly down the line.
No moment too big for number 6, Madison Skinner. An amazing transition. She works hard to get off the net, so she has all the options available. And again, her ability to see the court, it helps when you jump 40 inches in the air.
3 Bevos stacked on top of each other. No big deal for Madison Skinner. Oh, slammed down the line. Casanova going right through Inouye's platform.
Eric Sullivan, coach for Austin, talked about Casanova. You know, she's not an overly physical opposite, but she's got a really strong arm. And right now, she was an X factor for Salt Lake, and she's showing up tonight, and they need her to.
Molly McCage flying in. Carly Lloyd putting that ball perfectly in front of her.
I love watching these two connections, and Molly McCage is a true pro. She does everything right to help her team, and I asked her, hey, what was it like to start playing with Carly Lloyd? You know, she's starting now, and she goes, it kind of feels like mom entered the group chat. Like, she just raises us up. You know, the standard's a little higher when she's out there, and we've responded well.
McCage gives great player interviews. Serena Gray finding that corner.
Such a beautiful athlete to watch, the way that she gets up, and she's so high, not to mention Jordan High as well, setting her. But Serena Gray attacks so high, and she also hits quickly, so that's a unique combo as a middle. Usually when you attack from a higher spot, it's a little slower. So the defense isn't used to responding to that as much.
Casanova pulled out, but she keeps that ball in on Austin's side. Yes. Banks going for the cut shot, but taking the error.
And that's a set number 1 Jordan Poulter would want back for sure. She's one of the best in the world, is the best setter in the Tokyo Olympics. Led the USA team to their first ever gold medal, and she played some of her best volleyball in the semifinals, but I've seen her locate a lot better than she started, and yet she's still putting her team in a great position.
Eric Sullivan calling timeout for Austin.
I'm gonna win by trying to blast high hands all the time or deep into 6. Get your feet to the ball, hit edges, right? We can't be just giving up 3 points by whacking it out of bounds, right? Hey, and we can tip in area 4. We can tip over their end blocker. Heidi and Jordan, don't go get that ball very easily, right? We can tip and play a game short. Hey, let's go here. Yep. Let's go here.
All right, hey, now's our time. Let's go. Let's turn it around right here. Yes, let's go. Let's go, Ace. Right here. Yep. Right here. Here we go. Right now. Flat here. We have Kate.
Carly Lloyd giving her team direction, connecting with everyone, trying to turn this thing around in set 1 for Austin.
And finding O'Neal immediately coming out of the timeout.
Asia O'Neal, one of the competitive leaders of this team. She doesn't say a lot, but she doesn't have to. Number 7 for Love Austin. Again, won a championship at Texas. She's used to these moments. Her dad, Jermaine O'Neal, 6-time NBA All-Star in the house tonight. It's in the DNA to be excellent.
Jermaine O'Neal is also 6'11", so they have those jumps, those touches. Asia O'Neal, like you said, doesn't stay too much on the court, but those stare downs are mean. Keep
So
an eye
fun
out
to
for
watch. So fun to watch.
Madison Skinner, back row. Casanova cutting that ball right in front of Eggleston.
Haiti Casanova doing a great job. That is a big block of Austin. Well formed, 2 athletes. You got 4 arms in your way, and she sees that, cuts it inside. She's having the exact game that Salt Lake needs her to win this series.
Slide. O'Neal tipping this one over. Claire Hoffman recycling the ball into the block. Great save by Skinner. Alexa Gray flying in. Skinner saves this one.
Wow.
Someone in the crowd almost touched that ball. What a rally. Finally, Claire Hoffman ending one of the longest ones we've seen so far.
Just incredible effort by Love Austin. Look at this. Maddie Banks just all the way in the crowd and gives her team a chance. Salt Lake right now, though, staying steady, being patient. When their swing's not there, they're not taking extra, trying to do too much, and then when it is, they're executing right now.
Salt Lake's biggest lead is set 1. As Maddie Banks hits that one, and for more on Salt Lake, let's go to Cameron Irwin.
I actually have a question for Courtney, because in speaking to Tama Miyashiro, specifically on Austin, she said they're one of the more physical teams, and she said you can't out-physical teams. So Courtney, what would it look like if Salt Lake were in fact attempting to do so?
Yeah, it usually, great call, Cameron. It usually looks like, you know, the block's there and you're trying to hit harder and lower and you're just gonna get blocked more, or you try to do too much and that's when you start to make unforced errors. But right now, Salt Lake, you know, when their shot isn't there, they keep it in, try to get it the next time, and then when they have the look they want, they're being aggressive. That's exactly what Miyashiro wants.
Big up from Jordan Poulter. Now Banks at the service line for Austin, sends it too deep. Eric Sullivan said, I'm fine with some service errors. We really want to get Salt Lake out of system to avoid Tori Dixon and Serena Gray running the offense through the middle.
Yeah, we talked about Austin being one of the best, or the best serving team in the league. We haven't seen it tonight. For them to win set 1, they're going to need to put a lot more pressure on Salt Lake's passing lane.
As the league's best server gets the kill, Logan Eggleston getting production for Austin.
And right here, I would expect Jordan Poulter to find Alexa Gray on the outside, or maybe Haiti Casanova out of the back row.
Zoe Jarvis in to serve, finished her collegiate career at Texas, previously UCLA and Santa Barbara. The Cali girl comes in and gets an ace right away.
That's right, she loves the final. Showing up for her team right now, coming off the bench and just staying committed to doing what she does every day. That's an awesome way to show up for your team.
Jarvis also loves Muscle Beach, pretty acrobatic athlete. Poulter going out to Alexa Gray, but it's kept alive by Austin. Eggleston puts her hands up. What are you gonna do about this one?
Logan Eggleston, look at this angle she hits. She absolutely annihilates that virtually indefensible ball. Amazing swing, and here comes Austin.
Austin on a 5-1 run. Tama Miyashiro calling the timeout.
Thanks. Good set out. Keep on high. Eggleston, we're knocking them off. So that's great. Well, they probably more on Banks than
really hard.
All right, pass. Good plan. Good plan. Keep attacking edges. Let's go.
She's not going to beat us down.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Here we go. Yeah, take a lot. Okay.
If the pass moves me here, be ready for a bick.
Yeah.
Trapping select.
Okay. Shift. Okay.
Jordan Poulter telling Claire Hoffman, hey, be ready for the big here.
Yeah.
We saw Tama Miyashiro telling her team, hey, keep hitting edges. We're doing what we do. Stay calm and make one play.
Just like that, both teams sitting tied in the red zone. Poulter overpassing this one, something you don't see often. Poulter up to Gray. Jarvis keeping this one alive. Great defense from Austin. Back to Casanova, who sends that ball out.
That ball coming quite a bit off the net, and Austin right now is absolutely everywhere. Look at this play. Zoe Jarvis just keeps it alive, and Madison Skinner follows her, and they make an aggressive play over the net. Austin's starting to heat up and looking more like the Austin we saw last weekend.
The fact that Jarvis kept her body facing the ball, didn't turn her back on it. Back row attack, Skinner. Can't hit it, Kojima. But Carly Lloyd in the walk comes through for Austin.
Huge block by number 3, Carly Lloyd. Grew up in Bonzo, California, came home for these finals and talked about how meaningful it is. She is a physical setter. You're gonna see both of these setters making some blocks, and Salt Lake making a few uncharacteristic errors right now.
Austin on a 5-0 run. Casanova having to send this one over with both hands. Eggleston hits into Poulter's block. Big jump set from Poulter, leading to Alexa Gray's kill.
You know, Salt Lake right now, they're passing well, and Jordan Poulter, there's a few sets where her location is a little bit more off than normal. I would expect her to figure that out and lock in here as we go, but she's finding a way, and that's one of the great things about her. And Alexa Gray, all of her hitters are working hard. Right now, Salt Lake needs to put a lot of pressure defensively, and it starts with a tough serve. Maddie Haynes in, number 4 for Salt Lake.
Eggleston passing this one. Leading into her kill, Eggleston is used to passing and popping out to her approach. She is the most served player in the league.
She is, and she was a weaker passer early in the season. And one thing a few coaches have talked about is, you know, Austin doesn't have a weak passer anymore. She's stabilized in the way that Coach O kind of jumps in her passing lane, and it's working so far. She's playing with a ton of confidence.
Back to Eggleston again. Eggleston again. Are you not entertained with my block?
Are you not entertained? Her team calls her one of the most competitive players. She likes to talk a little crap here and there, and we're seeing these arm raids, but these are the moments that she absolutely loves, and she's enjoying it.
Wow. Huge swing from Gray on the outside.
Alexa Gray just has this uncanny ability to turn it up and hit these angles that I don't even know where they come from sometimes against a huge physical block.
Poulter back row setting. Pushes out to Skinner. Kill right in the corner. Austin taking the first set in the first match of the 2026 League One Finals, trying to get their second in a row finals championship title.
One, two, 1, 2.
Last week in Louisville, the Love ecosystem came to life in a big way, with Love Salt Lake and Love Houston in town for the pro playoffs right next door to the JVA World Challenge, a premier youth club tournament. Pros didn't just compete, they showed up throughout the event.
This is what it's all about. The best part of League One volleyball is this entire ecosystem and the community that comes with it. The pros signed autographs, they showed up for these club matches, got to cheer them on, and then these club athletes got to compete all day and then walk over to the other stadium and see these pros, see what is possible for them in the United States, getting to play at the highest level in the world.
If you are interested in what it takes to become part of the Love Club, visit love.com/new club to learn more. Madison Skinner and Austin coming off a big first set. Austin came back to win set one after Salt Lake led 19-15. Jordan Poulter going to start us off here in set two, setting in the back row. Deep flow going right to libero anyway. Free ball, what can Salt Lake do with this? Feed Serena Gray is what Poulter does.
And Salt Lake is at their best when they're running their offense through the middle of the court. Serena Gray, Alexa Gray in the back row. And that's exactly how Salt Lake wants to start, putting pressure on Austin and taking advantage of it.
Maddie Banks trying to avoid Casanova's block, but hitting that ball too wide.
Carly Lloyd, great set. She got her hitter with no blockers, which is pretty rare, but Maddie Banks got maybe too excited on that one.
Lloyd to Skinner. Textbook block. Alexa Gray lined up with the other Gray, Serena.
And that's a huge matchup for Salt Lake City. Alexa Gray, number 9, just such a powerful move. She reads that inside set really well. She had a great matchup against Jordan Thompson last week, the league MVP from Houston. And I think this is the matchup that Coach Tama Miyashiro wanted tonight. It's hard to stop Madison Skinner, but if you can slow her down, that's going to make a huge difference.
Maddie Banks using the Salt Lake block in her favor, tooling for the point.
Maddie Banks, number 4 for Austin, has been so steady for them this season. Just a great teammate, someone that always says and does the right thing, makes the plays defensively, just a great all-around outside hitter.
Ace dropping perfectly in from Molly McCage. The bench doing a little victory lap for her in the back.
It's my favorite ace cheer in the league of Austin. Wow, you can't get it much closer than that, painting the sideline.
McCage going for Hoffman. Nami stepping in for the second touch. Big dig from Carly Lloyd, completely absorbs the power. And Alexa Gray shoving that one down for the point.
Just disciplined volleyball by Alexa Gray. She's a veteran. She's played in all the best leagues in the world. She's been in so many of these matches. Had her collegiate season or career at BYU, was their All-American, and she talked about just wanting to be steady today. There's all of this noise externally, and they're just going to treat this like any game. She says, when I do that, I tend to play my best and have the most fun, and we're seeing that right now.
Alexa Gray dropping that ace perfectly, serving short. She serves mid-range this time. Skinner. Wow. Kojima trying to use her body as a shield, getting frustrated after missing that one from Skinner.
Madison Skinner just goes up and over, and you don't see that very often from Kojima. If it gets in her vicinity, she's usually creating an opportunity for her team.
Great overpassing to Asia O'Neal, who's going to, yes, kill it right back on your side.
Great heads-up play. That one's harder than it looks. When that ball's coming over right at you, it's hard to see kind of the depth. Nice patience by Asia O'Neal.
Short for Skinner. Casanova cutting that ball, dropping right in front of Eggleston.
And one of the things Eric Sullivan talked about is this kind of chess match between the servers of Austin and the Salt Lake passing lane, and both sides, you can see Kojima kind of step towards the outside Alexa Gray, and she's playing this game of, am I going to take that spot or not? And so the server doesn't know where she's going to be. Of course, they're trying to not serve it at one of the best passers in the world.
Serena Gray going off the next few rotations after serving in the net.
We might see it here again where she'll either stay there or jump towards Alexa Gray.
Lloyd feeding Skinner, who can't cross the plane of the net.
Carly Lloyd trying to keep this offense balanced. I asked her game plan tonight. She said, you know, my game plan is almost the same as always. I want every hitter to want the ball. I want them to feel like they're in it, that they matter, that I might go to them at any point. And if we can do that, I'm going to be a happy camper.
Maddie Banks letting that one just fly out off the hands of Claire Hoffman, blocked Asia O'Neal. Going right for the hands.
Asia O'Neal's a great server too, and this is a tough rotation for Salt Lake City. Tori Dixon, the middle blocker, not as physical, not as offensive as the other middles on the floor tonight.
Jordan Poulter saving this one, but it's a free ball for Austin. Kojima getting plenty of height for Jordan Poulter. Leading into a huge kill from Alexa Gray in the backcourt.
And that is huge for them. If they're not going to rely on number 6, Tori Dixon, in the middle for a lot of offensive production, she does amazing other things, but they're going to need something in the middle, and that's how you solve that problem. Alexa Gray out of the back row. And Tori Dixon, again, does so many amazing things for Salt Lake. They just don't quite rely on her as an offensive weapon as much.
What a set from Lloyd. Casanova off the hands of Austin's block. Big swing from the back row.
And they're gonna need that off the edges, exactly what Mishir was hoping Casanova did. And Carly Lloyd and Jordan Poulter, they're two of the most physical setters. And what that means is that they can set anyone from almost anywhere on the court. Tori Dixon, a veteran middle. And when you're setting against a veteran middle, they just have a way of feeling the game. They use their intuition. They've responded to this so many times that they just show up in the right spot when they're needed most. And Dixon does a great job of that.
Claire Hoffman's missed serve ending Salt Lake's 3-0 run. Carly Lloyd at the service line for Austin. So she's back row setting the next 3 rotations.
If I'm Jordan, I'm going to find Casanova here in the back row.
Let's see who Jordan Poulter finds. Tori Dixon on the slide. Poulter taking this one in the wing. Back to Skinner. No Salt Lake player about to touch that one.
Carly Lloyd setting that fast. Didn't leave a lot of time. Alexa Gray's running back from the middle of the court, but if you set a fast offense, it puts pressure on the defense because it's just harder to catch up to. You don't have as much time to get there as a blocker. Great execution by Carly Lloyd.
So Austin demanding that ball is up, but they're called in the net beforehand. Eric Sullivan grabbing the red flag, throwing it in the air. That's my personal favorite move.
I think we got a new record of how high that red flag went. Eric Sullivan, USA libero, Olympian,
libero.
The original first libero ever for the United States.
She called the net. Correct? She called the net?
Net touch.
She called the net on us?
The play stopped because she called the net, right?
Yeah, we're challenging the net. Go ahead.
So Eric Sullivan is not calling if the ball didn't touch the ground. He is calling that Austin wasn't in the net. Here is what the coaches are allowed to challenge in League One volleyball. First off, the block touch, net fault, which is what Eric Sullivan is challenging right now. Antenna, no ball can ever touch the antenna, can never have a foot fault. And here's a replay of that flag. League One did add the red flag to the challenge this year, kind of like the NFL.
I didn't even see that come down.
Up there.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Touching
We're in
rafters.
the Long Beach Pyramid. It is high ceiling. You got all the space in the world here to throw that flag.
He did pause to throw it. I think he was waiting for the camera shot to get on
Do we have a towel?
Alexa Gray with a little glare. So even no matter who wins the challenge, this can be used as a timeout for each team, breaking momentum.
Thank you.
I've never personally seen Eric Sullivan or any head coach mop up the floor.
Look at this servant
that
leadership
is some
right now.
humility
That's
for
right.
the first time head coach who is not only League One head coach, but USA Women's Volleyball head coach. Been the associate head coach, though, for 14 years at the University of Texas. No task is too small for Eric Sullivan. Tori Dixon at the service line for Salt Lake, so Austin lost that challenge. And now Austin is called over the net, so Courtney, not what you want to be called on for the last few calls for Austin. We're going to break. Salt Lake taking the lead in the second set here in Long Beach, California. We are just over 2 years away from the 2028 Olympics here in Los Angeles. 18 miles to the east from where we are at right now is the Honda Center in Anaheim. That will be home to the men's and women's Olympic volleyball competition. And just 6 miles to the southwest is Alamitos Beach, which will play host to the Beach Volleyball Olympic Tournament. Eric Sullivan is the head coach of the women's volleyball team for the 2028 Olympics. His predecessor, Karch Karai, is with Cameron Irwin.
Karch Karai joining me now, the 3-time Olympic gold medalist as a player, 3 additional medals as well as a coach. And Karch, you have now transitioned from the women's national team to the men's national team. How has the transition gone?
It's been a really amazing experience. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. Just to get to know a whole new group of amazing people who are also incredible at their craft. And love to be a part of any program that is pursuing their absolute best, and not just individually, but more importantly as a group, as a team.
Let's talk prospects, both on the men's and the women's side. What excites you the most about LA 2028?
We get to play just minutes away from here. The host venue will be in Anaheim, where the teams have been hosted for or had their home for about 20 years. So it'll be a whole new experience to be this close to home. But similar to the experience I originally got the first time volleyball was in this country, 84 Olympics. So we're excited to hopefully have a whole lot of Americans out there cheering us on.
Well, there's a couple of your players out on the court right now, a couple of your setters, as well as one in the booth, one Miss Courtney Thompson. Anything you want to say, any grief you want to give to Courtney?
Well, Court, I think we need to play another one-on-one. Maybe we have to have a rematch. She can tell the story. I'll let her do it. But the setters, they know they can do it all, even when they sometimes can't. Just like middles all think that they can set, and they almost never can.
You gotta love when the middles pull out the pause. Karch, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Shelby.
Great stuff, Cameron. Love hearing Karch Karai talk about goosebumps from the Olympics. And no one can see, but partner Courtney Thompson was dancing as we're talking about the Olympics. I know you have 2 medals, Courtney. You know what it takes to be in that seat.
So exciting for these athletes and for Karch, you know, the greatest of all time to coach, to play, and to get to bring the Olympics home here where he grew up playing beach volleyball. And he honestly is one of the best humans I've ever met. And you always knew he was completely committed to helping everybody in the gym be the best that they could be. whatever it took. We saw Eric Sullivan wiping the floor. I've seen Karchkarai do the same after 6 medals. And I would run through a wall for him today if he asked me to, even though, as he said, he beat me in short court almost every single day we played a match. We had a little fun battle, and I did not come out on top, ever.
Hey, we can see after the match here. Little rematch with you and the GOAT. Back to Casanova in the hands of Austin.
And right now, Salt Lake needs to keep dialing in their execution. Can they keep the service pressure on Austin? And they've settled in offensively. Jordan Poulter locating the ball a lot better here in set 2. And can they keep that going to try to tie this thing up 1-1?
Alexa Gray with the deep float to Banks. Manami getting the second touch. Great up by Eggleston, and she stays on her feet as well. Claire Hoffman shoving back the block of Skinner and O'Neal.
Big time swing in transition from 21, but look at this dig from Manami Kojima. That is a hard-driven ball high to her, right side, and not only does she dig it, but it's a perfect dig. It's almost an in-system pass, which means setter Jordan Poulter has 3 people to set. That is an awesome dig.
Alexa Gray going into the net.
And right now, Austin is going to need to find a little more production in transition. Can they get better swings off of a dig? And it helps when you start with a really aggressive serve.
Poulter out to Hoffman, finding the line shot, but just a little too wide. Point stays on Austin's side. Madison Skinner at the service line, a big back row threat for Austin as well. 7 kills so far. Heidi Casanova, though, leading the gym with 8. Austin on a 5-2 run. Banks trying to get off Haiti's hands. And she does. What a shot.
That is a big-time play by Maddie Banks. She's patient, and on that ball, you're not even hitting it. She sets that, and you try to make contact with their hand and then throw it out. We call it a wipe, and that is a next-level play.
First tie of the second set. Lloyd calling her own number, but Gray defends her side. Big swing from Claire Hoffman.
Yeah, she's bringing the heat there again. That's making a huge difference for Salt Lake. I'd imagine that down the stretch here, Jordan Poulter is going to need to rely on Alexa Gray and Haiti Casanova for them to really turn the heat up here in set 2.
Missed serve from Serena Gray.
Both teams doing a pretty good job of keeping the off-speed things off the court. They're picking up a lot of tips right now. None of those are falling. We're seeing a few more long misses tonight. And one of the things about the pyramid, it's got a very high ceiling. There's a little bit of a draft. Both teams talked about in serve and pass today that their serves are drifting a little bit. So you might see them trying to keep their serves low. The closer to the net is going to be keep it out of kind of that airstream that might sweep it away.
Claire Hoffman tries to recycle the ball, but no one's able to cover her, giving Asia O'Neal the block. She's second in League One for blocks this season.
And Zoe Jarvis back into serve. Number 10 for Austin had an ace in set 1 when she came in here. And coming off the bench it's a different mentality. It's a skill set in itself to be cold and then come in and have to execute right away. She's done a great job for Austin so far.
Casanova clipping the platform of Jarvis with an absolute power swing.
Huge swing by Haiti. And this again is a good rotation. Claire Hoffman in the back row right now. She's going to attack those outside hitters of Austin, see if she can find some space.
Huge dig by who else but Manami. Eggleston goes into the block, and no one covers the ball. Skinner showing a lot of frustration on that point. Trying to reset in the huddle.
At this level, a hit off the block like that is almost like a free ball. You just have to make that play. They have so much time. That's obviously a miscommunication.
Hey, let's make sure we're not looking around, right? I think the player behind Molly should be taking that. Who was that? Yeah. Just go grab it. Like, push her out of the way. Hey, bunch of good things. Let's keep on them here, right? Let's get a little more line on Haiti on the D. On the D only, right? Let's take another half body out on her. Does that make sense? Still off blocker, looking for tip. Look for stuff, jump down the line. And then right back, make sure we're still staying underneath. Right? Hey. Let's go here. We're right in this.
I'm like, they're kind of touching, kind of there, and I'm like, not throwing it or nothing. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Like, you don't have to. Sounds great. Okay. Let's go. Yeah. First side out. Molly.
Carly Lloyd talking to the other setter, Bree O'Reilly, and that's what being a great teammate is all about. When you're not playing, you're talking to the player in your position on the floor, telling them what you see and what's open.
You see Skinner get on the ground trying to cover that one. Eric Sullivan in that timeout said, you are the one that needs to cover, especially in this rotation.
Huge
big block from Tori Dixon.
That's right. Tori Dixon, number 6, showing up.
Coulter going out to Alexa Gray. Is this ball up? Austin just out of system right now. Salt Lake first in the red zone, taking full advantage right now.
A great intuitive set by Jordan. As a setter, when it's a perfect pass, you can kind of feel the block, and Molly McCage kind of moved towards Haiti as the opposite, and Jordan found Alexa Gray. Those two have such a great connection. They played in Italy together. They're best friends. They were very excited to know that they would be playing together in Love Salt Lake, and we see their connection and friendship here on the floor.
Big up by Casanova. Coulter comes all the way to the table. Ball flying into the crowd.
Amazing hustle. This is the Love Championship. This is it. This is the last weekend of volleyball, and these athletes are leaving everything on the line. Some of the most competitive female volleyball players in the world right here in Long Beach.
No matter who wins, the season is over come Saturday. Austin going for back-to-back titles. Salt Lake in their first appearance in the finals. Back row attack coming in, and it's off the hands of Eggleston. Another kill for Casanova.
On that one, Jordan Poulter gives her a little more time, and when Haiti can go get it, she sees the block, has a little bit more time to see how the defense shows up. A great swing by her. And Salt Lake right now pulling away. If they can keep the pressure on, Maddie Haynes into serve for Salt Lake. If they can keep the pressure on and make a point here, I would expect them to run away with set 2.
Skinner. Good block touch from Salt Lake. And then it's in Skinner's hands. She points down, getting that fire back for Austin.
Madison Skinner said not today with her block. Wasn't able to get a kill. You can see her getting a little frustrated, but this is how you respond.
8 blocks for Austin, 6 so far for Salt Lake.
Logan Eggleston, the best server in Love this entire season.
Out to Skinner. Cuts the ball a little too wide. Again, you can see the frustration showing how much is on the line for these players.
Madison Skinner hitting about 20%, killing 1 out of every 5 ball, which is under her average. We'd expect to see her kind of pulling away here. Some of what affects that, though, is Carly Lloyd. Again, she's a physical setter, so even when she's way far, she's been going to Madison Skinner, which is the right choice, but it's compromised the quality of her swing. So if they want to execute and play well down the stretch, they're going to have to figure out how to locate the ball, even if Carly's a little far.
Lloyd giving Skinner the second chance, giving her redemption.
Mom's in the group chat. Got to raise that standard, of course. Carly Lloyd is a mom to Storm, one of the moms in the league. League One Volleyball has supported them at a high level.
McCage trying to hold Salt Lake off from set point, as does Asia O'Neal. Dominant block from 7.
Coach Tom Amir calls a timeout. It's a huge moment, and if Austin gets the momentum here, Salt Lake could be in trouble.
Low, better spot there. Is just gonna...
You get watch out, have horizontal, and it's slick. We can get 3 now. If it's off the net, pass. Okay, up. Off the net, either your pick. Yeah.
Okay, good plan here. Help out. We free her up. Keep swinging deep. Work that edge and win and take out the center. We want to play them out of system, right? Let's go. Keep attacking.
This one. And they're in here.
Tom Amir telling her team, attack edges, keep swinging, keep being aggressive, even though we're in the red zone here, which means we're 20 or higher. And if they have to tip and go off speed, try to tip it to Carly Lloyd, the setter on Austin. So if she plays the first ball, she's not setting that second one, so they are out of system. You usually know where they're going to set. It's part of the tactics of volleyball. This is a good rotation for Salt Lake City. They're in row 1. Jordan Poulter's in that serving position. They have 3 of their best attackers.
The cage finding Alexa Gray. Into the block is Skinner, Tooley Skinner. That puts Salt Lake at set point here in the second set. Now Alexa Gray, a back row threat for Salt Lake. Eggleston handling this serve. Asia O'Neal dug up by Gray. What a set from Jordan Poulter, feeding Claire Hoffman perfectly. Tied up, Salt Lake taking the second set.
Salt Lake just making a few plays here and there. Jordan really dialing in the location as we expected her to do, one of the best in the world. We're in a battle. It's 1-1 here in the first match of the final series. This is exactly what we were hoping to see.
Again, both teams got to the finals, getting through the golden set. And both Salt Lake and Austin were the lower seed. So you could say it's both underdogs fighting each other in this finals match.
Truly, Molly McCage said this morning.
And now to Cameron Irwin, who's with Claire Hoffman.
Claire, you now split. You just got the last kill to secure set number 2. What must you prioritize heading into set number 3?
I think defensive intensity. I think when we are scrapping up digs and playing the ball high and off and slowing down the game, they're not able to do their thing, and we can kind of control the tempo a little bit more.
Awesome. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Shelby?
Great insight from Claire Hoffman. We're going to set 3 on USA Sports for the League One Finals. It's match 1. Don't go anywhere. More volleyball. Set 3 coming your way. Welcome back to the USA Sports League One Finals, match one from beautiful Long Beach, California. We are entering set three, already tied up. Austin and Salt Lake each have one set. And now we go courtside to Cameron Earn with Molly McCage.
Molly, I have to ask, what has this match required of you thus far?
It requires a ton of discipline. Whenever this team is in system, it's really, really hard to defend. So our block needs to be polished, our defense needs to be on their toes, a ton of discipline on our side.
Molly already called it a dogfight, guys. It's going to continue to be one. Shelby?
Thanks so much, Cameron. Saturday night, it's the final match of the League One Volleyball Championship Series. Salt Lake and Austin will face off one last time to decide the winner of the Tiffany Trophy. That's this Saturday, April 18th, with coverage starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on USA Sports. The championship is a two-match series, so if one team wins both, they take home the Tiffany Trophy. If they split, they will immediately play a golden set to 15 points to decide it all. Salt Lake took down the #1 regular season team of Houston last week in Louisville with the golden set. Austin took down Atlanta with the golden set, so neither of these teams are scared of that dogfight the last 15 points, Courtney.
That's right. We were laughing today because Molly McCage said, you know, we won the first semifinal, and we thought we would be the underdogs, most likely playing Houston, and then Salt Lake won, and now we don't know, are we the underdog? Are we David? Are we Goliath? Like, who are we here? And both of these teams kind of came in with nothing to lose and all the excitement ahead.
So much parity in League One volleyball. For the inaugural season last year, all 6 teams made the playoffs. This season, only 4 did. As we start off set 3, Casanova keeping this one alive. Again, McCage said we have to be in system because then their middles start to feed Asia O'Neal getting the first point.
Number 7, the slag queen from Texas, Asia O'Neal. Such a force offensively and defensively. I'd expect to see Carly Lloyd set her a lot more if possible. Austin hasn't been passing as well, but if she can get the middles of the ball, she's going to need to.
Poulter getting this one tight on the net.
Yeah, a little missing there. We've seen a few of those bump sets. A little off. Sometimes that's sweat on your arm. Sometimes you just misjudge, especially in a big stadium. It's hard to kind of read how far off the net you are.
Yeah.
And I asked Madison Skinner today, hey, does it feel different playing in this final than last year? And you talked about kind of the setup and the path here, and she said, yeah, it's exclusive this year. It's hard to get in the finals.
We see a huge block by Maddie Banks, but that was a player-led decision. They said, we want this to be more competitive, have to earn your way into the playoffs.
That's right, only 4 teams made it, and then of course it was a series instead of a one match. Kind of everyone goes one weekend, and you're seeing the intensity of that out here on the court tonight.
Short serve from Skinner. One-handed set from Jordan Poulter, leading to a big kill from Serena Gray. Austin trying to keep it alive.
A little bit of barbecue volleyball there, some off plays. A lot of one-handed from both setters. Carly Lloyd just misjudges a little bit.
Can you explain the barbecue volleyball as we head into summer, Courtney?
That's right, barbecue volleyball. No offense to all of those folks who play out back, but typically there's a lot of one-handed, unconventional, if you will, touches on the ball. Volleyball's a technical sport. It's a little bit hard, so for those that haven't been well trained, it's a lot of that.
We saw Serena Gray have a beach-looking dig earlier in the first set. Big slam by Alexa Gray, showing off that vertical.
Huge swing, and it starts with a great pass, and this is what Molly McCage said was so hard. Watch this. Asia O'Neal jumps with the middle blocker, Serena Gray, and that's what happens when you pass well. You have a lot of weapons and a setter that's hard to read in Jordan Poulter. You just have to take chances to stop them, and sometimes you guess wrong.
Skinner getting this one to clip the line. It looked like she literally just paused in the air.
Yeah, she is one of those athletes that jumps and then she just somehow seemingly continues to go up when you expect her to come down, and wasn't the hardest kill she's ever gotten, but finds a way.
Poulter feeding is Serena Gray for another kill for number 11.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Salt Lake City wants. A perfect pass. One of the most physical setters in Jordan Poulter is able to go up, and she's so hard to read. And they can just feed the middles all night. Serena Gray is 1 of 1 when it comes to how well she attacks.
Eggleston taking this swing off the block of Salt Lake. Casanova. Molly McCage benefiting off Austin staying in system.
Big time, and Austin's gonna need more production out of the middle, but again, it starts with a good pass or a good dig where they're able to find them, and both teams playing well defensively, and they're led by two Olympic liberos. Both Tama Miyashiro and Eric Sullivan were liberos for Team USA. You gotta think their defense is gonna be dialed.
Huge one-arm dig from Carly Lloyd. Claire Hoffman beating out Molly McCage and Skinner at the front.
You don't see that very often, and that's why you want to attack the block. In case any hand or arm or even finger is out of place, you might find a way to sneak it in there, as we saw Claire Hoffman.
Eggleston slamming off Casanova's arm. Salt Lake not able to get the second touch.
That was a great up by Haiti Casanova, but huge swing by Logan Eggleston. She didn't have a kill in the second set, so you got to think she's coming back with a vengeance. No stranger to these big moments. Both 33, Logan Eggleston and Haiti Casanova, for their respective teams. But again, Logan Eggleston serving now leads the league in aces this season. And I'd expect her to go after some space and try to find Alexa Gray there in middle back. And that's it. When you serve well and it's out of system, you typically have one player that's going to get the ball. The block sets up. That is the exact execution that Austin wants to see on defense.
Point for Austin, and the bench is flying on the sidelines. Loving that one.
The ace leader does it again. Serving in between Claire Hoffman and Alexa Gray, and that's what great servers do. They don't necessarily serve at people. You're trying to hit space. That float serve is like a knuckleball in baseball, and Molly McCage is fired up about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest thing, give ourselves time, and we gotta scramble on defense, guys. We gotta scramble. They're starting to run behind more. Okay, it's over a little bit. Keep digging.
Oh, I see.
Hey, we need some digs from you. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Salt Lake. Salt Lake. Let's go, Thompson.
Yes.
Tama Miyashiro telling her team, hey, we got to scrap on defense. We got to step it up.
Okay.
Pointing at people, hey, we need some digs from you. Let's play with that grittiness that we showed in the semis.
Yeah.
Austin has the biggest lead for either team at any point tonight. It's been a back and forth battle so far. Eggleston again with the deep float.
Come on, go.
Skinner slowing down the ball. Tipping right in the middle. Even Kojima not able to get a touch on that spot.
Again, you score on Manami Kojima, you're feeling real good about yourselves, and this is what Austin wants. They're serving well, they're being disciplined defensively, getting these touches, and then Carly Lloyd setting well in transition. So off the dig, she's locating, and they're getting more kills.
Austin on a 4-0 run. As Casanova puts a stop to that one.
And Alexa Gray now in the front row for Salt Lake. So this is a good rotation. She'll be available the next 3 rotations for Salt Lake. They're going to need some more offensive production to come back here.
Free ball for Salt Lake. It's a deep one. Eggleston able to stay on her feet for the run through. Banks going into the block. The coverage again not there for Austin.
That set's a little tight. Carly Lloyd, again, she's so physical, so strong, but she's off the net and tries to put that on a string. Misses a little tight. It's a smart play by Maddie Banks, but they're unable to cover that after she throws it to the block.
Salt Lake getting their 8th block of the match. Trying to get 9, but Skinner able to tool from the opposite side of the court.
Pretty good read by Salt Lake. They were there. They just had their arms a little bit too inside, and that ball flies out of bounds. And right now, I'm thinking Jordan Poulter is going to find Alexa Gray again or Haiti Casanova out of the back row.
Cage with the net ace, just like she planned it. And now we go to break. Molly McCage pumped up from that serve. Austin with the 6-point lead here in the third set on USA Sports.
Yeah, to see our names twice, it feels very surreal. Like, just the thought of that is kind of crazy, and knowing that, like, we kind of laid the foundation last year when it came to champions, and then we have a chance to potentially do that again this weekend is amazing to think about. But I think all of us right now are just like, okay, next match mentality. Like, we still got to come out and give it our all and leave nothing literally that we have out on the floor. And if it falls in our favor and the Lord blesses us with a win, then we'd be really happy.
Madison Skinner is no stranger to winning. Won a national championship her freshman year at Kentucky. Later transferred to Texas, won 2 more. First year in the pros, won the championship for the inaugural season for League One last year. Asia O'Neal, also a champion, slamming that ball down, but Poulter doing everything she can to keep this alive.
Yeah, these guys are fighting so hard right now, giving it everything she has. But Austin's starting to heat up, and you know, both sides, we talked about them being underdogs in general, but they talked about, hey, we're not just happy to be here. There's more to be done. We're taking this one game at a time. We want to win this thing, and you got to love the fire on both sides.
Alexa Gray going with a deep shot. McCage getting the dig. Poulter not putting the ball directly in front of anyone, but someone could have gotten that ball over. Austin on a 4-0 run.
Yeah, Salt Lake looking a little out of sorts right now. Their first ball contact, their passing is a little bit off, and they're not able to find any sense of rhythm for these off plays, and Austin's doing everything right.
Alexa Gray finding that split in the block perfectly.
That's a great side out. If you're Salt Lake right now, you're down 7. You're just trying to get your rhythm back and kind of your confidence. You want to be playing good volleyball, whether they win this set or not. Can they get back to doing what they do?
Serena Gray pushing that ball over.
Again, those overpasses are hard to gauge, and you can hear everyone in Salt Lake go, Serena, go get that thing. She kind of snapped into it, but great read by her, good execution.
Skinner tipping this one over, but Alexa Gray blocks it at the last second, and no one in there for coverage.
Again, both sides working so hard. Center Carly Lloyd, no stranger to hard work. For those of you 40 and older, her uncle, who raised her, was an American Gladiator, Turbo, in fact, and he had her running sprints, lifting weights at age 8. She's a gritty athlete for many reasons, but no doubt growing up with her uncle is one of them.
Lloyd beats Banks for that big kill. Yeah, Carly Lloyd got a lot of help from her uncle when it comes to that physicality, but she also brings that emotional leadership on the court. And yesterday told us, that's my goal. I want to be that leader. When we're down, when we're up, I want to be that stable person. Miss serve from Skinner. And again, Eric Sullivan said, I'm fine with that risk-reward situation. I'm fine taking the errors. Austin has 6 aces of the night so far. Tight pass. Setter v. setter. Lloyd calling her own number to Poulter's platform. Poulter looking visibly frustrated after no one gets this ball up.
Yeah, that's actually a great read by Jordan Poulter and her Claire Hoffman and Haiti unable to keep it going, but some frustration from Salt Lake. They're having moments where they're coming back here, but unable to sustain it.
And what Salt Lake did best against Houston from 0-0 first set is they played with no pressure on themselves. Looking a little more tight here in the beginning of the match.
Yeah, they do. They're having moments where they look pretty loose, but these little plays and a few more unforced errors.
And for more, let's go to Cameron Irwin.
Shelby and Courtney, you guys have been talking at length about Tama Miyashiro and the defense that's required to face Austin. And one of the skill sets that really Austin excels at is changing up their shot selection. So finding some of those tips over the top of the block like this right here. And that puts an extra emphasis on the defense of Salt Lake. So watching some of those off blockers and talking to Jordan Poulter, that was the emphasis. Can we make sure that we are stopped, locked, and loaded, ready to chase down some of those shots off the top of the block as well as short over the top?
Great stuff, Cam. And who better to lead Salt Lake's defense than Tama? Won silver in 2012 London Olympics, Volleyball Magazine 2-time National Defensive Player of the Year at Washington, Pac-10 all-freshman team. She knows what she's doing.
She does. She's one of the greatest volleyball minds in the country, and we go way back. I was her host on her college visit at Washington. We were teammates there, teammates in the London Olympics, and widely known as one of the best teammates there is. Fun to see her lead these group of women.
Crowd loving this kill from the cage, going right for Serena Gray, who shoots that ball into the stands.
Huge swing, and Carly Lloyd kept that alive with one hand. Got to think all those hill sprints allowed her to just jump that high.
And another ace for Austin as the bench runs back and down the floor. Number 7 for Austin.
Yeah, you can see the body language on Salt Lake change a little bit. Their eye contact is a little bit shorter. Their huddles are a little shorter, and they're just trying to find their way back to good volleyball. But Austin is absolutely rolling here.
Good up by Alexa Gray. Casanova going for the hands. Eggleston adamant there was no touch. What the ref is going to say there was is Eric Sullivan going to throw that red flag. He has not gone for it so far.
I'm laughing because Logan Eggleston was like, no touch, and Molly McGinn goes, yeah, I touched that.
Okay, I missed that part, and that makes sense why
she goes, oh yeah, I got that
Sullivan
one.
didn't grab that flag.
Don't waste your time.
Eggleston handling this serve. McCage getting the touch and trying to get the ball up. But Salt Lake getting the point.
They scrapped that one out. Alexa Gray in a good spot. Couldn't quite control that dig, so Jordan Poulter is absolutely running everywhere. Has had a tough time this season kind of managing that knee injury that she got in 2022. You can see it affecting her movement a little bit. Her and Alexa Gray both battling some injuries this season.
That's one of Eggleston's favorite kills of the match so far, going right off the platform of Kojima.
I love the intensity of Logan Eggleston. I asked her this morning, hey, how does it feel? She goes, hey, I'm one game at a time and approaching this like every other game. And you know what? We knew we would be here. She said, we're not surprised. We knew this is where we belonged. And just said it with all the conviction in the world, and you gotta love it.
Poulter out to Hoffman, blocked by Skinner. Hoffman again. Tight for Maddie Banks. There's the coverage for Austin. Skinner saying, yeah, that was a good block. Tori Dixon taking full ownership on that one.
Madison Skinner trying to get that low angle, but Tori Dixon gets this right hand low and over. If you're a middle, that is 101. Take away that low cross. Great discipline by veteran Tori Dixon.
Misconnection with Lloyd to McCage.
You don't see that very often, but that's the hardest set in volleyball because it happens so fast. There's just very little room for error, and that one just got a little bit away from setter Carly Lloyd.
Yeah, again, we'll generate a bunch of opportunities. Let's keep it up, right? Make her think about her serve here a little. Put your feet to that ball. That's that ball that you let die a little, so you just don't contact it very high. Like just step close to it and you'll beat her. And you'll contact it a little higher. Hey, here we go. Come on. Yep. First contact here. Let's go.
Eric Sullivan reminding his opposite, Madison Skinner.
Right now, come on.
Hey, no matter where that ball is, try to get your feet there so you can contact it at the highest point possible. It's what sets her apart. And in these kind of matches, there's so much going on, but it really comes down to the little habits that you train every single day. There's no magic in how to be great here. You got to do these things every day.
Hoffman finding Eggleston. Skinner going right for Alexa Gray's hands, getting the tool.
Way to listen, Madison Skinner does. Look at these last two steps. She gets there with so much aggression and force. Again, allows her to contact that at the highest point possible. And Salt Lake right now needs to have a sense of urgency. A first ball side out, a great pass, a clean kill if they want to win set 3.
This time it's Alexa Gray's turn, going right for the hands of Skinner, exchanging kills back and forth.
And right now, this is one of Salt Lake's best blocking lineups. You got Serena and Alexa Gray at the net here.
One-handed dig by Casanova. You can see Skinner taking her time, looking and deciding where to hit that ball.
Just goes up and over. That's a well-formed block. Both Grays up there in a nice position, and Madison Skinner just goes high hands, and that's what happens when you have great footwork and a 40-inch vertical.
Tight for Poulter. She finds Alexa Gray, though. Asia O'Neal just following Carly Lloyd's way right in the air. Austin taking off in the third set, just 2 points away from taking it.
That's right, the slide queen is back, and Asia O'Neal talked about last year, her first season, she came in with some injuries, and she came in this year ready to go. She had a great offseason and committed and is doing whatever it takes to help her team win a championship this season.
Asia O'Neal loves to run the slide. That's when the middle blocker runs behind the setter, throwing off the defense. There she goes again, running behind Lloyd. It's kept alive for coverage. Only one blocker against Alexa Gray, and she takes full advantage of the open net.
Coming in hot. Number 9 for Salt Lake. You always love a clean swing on the net. And right now, Austin's rolling. I'd expect Carly to keep the middles going.
O'Neal running the slide. Austin hoping that ball's in, and it's called out. Salt Lake doing a great job at holding Austin off from getting to set point here in the third.
I played with Carly Lloyd in the Rio Olympics. I'd expect her to go back to Asia.
Yes, she does. Mind reader Courtney over here. Tight ball for Alexa Gray. Banks thinks that one's down, but it's up from Salt Lake. No question on this slide. Lloyd trying to keep feeding Asia O'Neal.
Beautiful execution by Austin.
I knew where you were. Yes. Here we go, yes.
Set point for Austin. Maddie Banks at the service line. Great response by Alexa Gray.
It feels lopsided right now. It feels like Austin is dominating, but Salt Lake's right in this thing. And if they can keep putting pressure and get back to good, they got a chance to take this thing to 5.
Alexa Gray has 13 kills. Edelson. Set point for Austin. But not so fast. Alexa Gray again holding off Austin from taking this one.
So you're telling me there's a chance. Salt Lake right in it. Anything can happen. We saw it last weekend. Anything can happen in these finals. Salt Lake not going down without a fight.
Salt Lake on a 5-1 run. Set point 3 for Austin. Slide coming in from O'Neal. Coulter tries to get a pancake on, but finally Asia able to put a nail in the coffin here in the third set. Trading off back and forth sets here in Long Beach. Austin taking their time in the huddle. Carly Lloyd, setter for Austin, leading the way and continuing to find Asia O'Neal on the slide. Big response from Salt Lake. This is what we're playing for. Season ends on Saturday. Who's going to take it? It's time for the power moves presented by Skims. It's all Austin right side of Madison Skinner. 13 kills and 3 blocks. Continues to change up her shots. So many tools in her tool belt. Looking visibly frustrated those first and second sets, but did a great job coming back the third, using that 40-inch vertical, going over the block in the middle of the court, finding great connection with setter Carly Lloyd, finding those line shots, having deep float serves, and being that vocal leader in the huddle as well. 17 total points for Madison Skinner. Second in the league in kills and points behind the league MVP, Houston outside Jordan Thompson.
Yeah, Austin right now coming alive here in Salt Lake. If they can take care of the first contact, passing and digging, they're going to be right back in this thing. Both of these teams, no stranger to 5 sets, no stranger to a golden set. Of course, that won't be tonight. But I'm thinking this is going to be a long night if Salt Lake can clean up that first touch.
Great volleyball so far. Austin won both their sets 25-22. Salt Lake won the second 25-21 as we start out the fourth. Who else? Power move Skinner flying in from the back row.
And that's one of the reasons when you start setting your middles, and Asia O'Neill's getting a lot of sets there. She had 6 kills there in the last set. It opens everything up right now. So Carly Lloyd's gonna have a fun time if they keep passing well.
Yeah, baby! O'Neill, again, doesn't say much. She lets the play talk, saying, yeah, that one's straight down.
It's a good idea by Alexa Gray. A lot of space just over that block, but she didn't quite get that tip high enough. Asia O'Neill with the stare down. No love lost between these two teams. They're fighting for a championship. A nice little rivalry here.
12 blocks for Austin. Poulter finding Serena Gray. Good stop by O'Neill. Carly Lloyd, she says, I love to attack, and we see her getting the kill.
Yeah, that one, again, Salt Lake, you can see the frustration, and typically when you have Manami Kojima on that side, those things don't fall, and we're seeing it a lot from Salt Lake. Kind of some unconventional misses by them.
Stuff down by Eggleston. That hits Jordan Poulter in the chest. No one from Salt Lake able to get that second touch, and Logan Eggleston not mad about it at all.
Huge play by 33 for Austin. And you can just see them playing with all the aggression, all the confidence in the world right now.
Austin started 4-0 in set 1 as well. Big up by Skinner with one hand, and Lloyd able to take this one over. Triple block on Hoffman, she puts it over with a roll. Skinner demanding that ball be called in. Up ref says it's out.
And there she is, Manami Kojima coming in and doing what she does best. Flying around the court, creating opportunities for her team, and that's what Salt Lake needs here. They gotta be scrappy, start making some of these plays that they're just giving to Love Austin because of miscommunications. You know, you wonder too if fatigue plays a bit of this, how Salt Lake's showing up right now. Their semifinal, the last one was on Sunday. They flew back again early Monday morning. They played that golden set Sunday, so a 5-set match, 4-set match into another golden set. It's a quick turnaround for them.
Salt Lake landed here yesterday, did media day, then went directly to practice. Did have an off day before the travel day, but like you said, a lot of volleyball in a short amount of time, especially when everything is on the line. A lot of emotions running high as well.
Totally, especially a big win like that in the semis, you're the underdog, like the swell of emotion, there's usually a come down from that. So you're not only managing physically, but even like how you recover in all of those ways. And they're gonna have to dig deep to come back here in this first match of the finals.
Carly Lloyd serving short. Casanova cutting that ball perfectly. Yes, Courtney did get a touch on that ball.
We're live over here. We're ready for it. Nice little cut shot by Haiti. And Salt Lake only down 3 here. It feels like Austin has all the momentum in the world right now, but anything can happen when you've got these veterans of Salt Lake.
14 kills for Casanova. Casanova, Alexa Gray, and Madison Skinner all tied with 14 here. Eggleston's turn. Molly McCage Did that land inside the 3-meter line?
Jeez. Just a huge swing by number 5, Molly McCage. And what a cool story. She played overseas. A great middle blocker, of course, and said, I think I might retire. And then a league started in the States, and she's like, all right, I'm coming back. If I can play at home. Played at Texas, so Austin really is her home, and she's making the most of it. One of the most effective middle blockers in the league.
Casanova able to clip the high hands of Austin. What may look like her willing the ball out of bounds. She's trying to get the tiniest touch off the block so no one can run it down from Austin. Back to Skinner. She recovers her own ball. Great kill by Casanova, but Courtney, that set from Poulter. How hard is that from your setter eye?
I mean, that's big time. There's no way I ever made a set like that. She's off one leg, 25 feet from the net, and just flings that thing back. And Salt Lake's right in it. That's how you get some momentum. Good digs and big time swings in transition. And you're right back in this thing.
Back row to Hoffman, and no one's able to dig it. Big kill for her coming out of the back row.
You think about what's on the line for these athletes, and for our Americans, you know, before League One volleyball, they'd have to go overseas to play, and you're away from your family for 8 months at a time, and for them to get to compete on home soil in front of their friends and family, it just means so much, and you can feel it from these athletes right now when we talked to them this morning.
Alexa Gray going directly for Madison Skinner's arms. Austin taking time in the huddle. Madison exchanging words with Carly Lloyd, trying to understand how to block better on that read.
You can see some frustration there trying to block Alexa Gray, number 9 for Salt Lake. Always game planning, always talking about what's the next thing we need to do to execute.
First tie of this set. As Maddie Banks ends the 4-0 run that Salt Lake went on, putting Molly McCage at the service line.
Huge swing by Maddie Banks going off the edge of Jordan Poulter's hands. Right now, Salt Lake's back in this thing. If they can keep executing and passing well.
Setter dump from Poulter, kept alive though from Austin. Oh, what a kill that was. Claire Hoffman hitting Carly Lloyd right in the shoulder.
One of the things Salt Lake talked about too is the longer the rally, the advantage goes to them. So if they can keep scrapping on defense, they think they can wear teams down. That's been the style of play they've had. Austin talked about it as well.
Tori Dixon sending this one deep. Salt Lake has just one ace of the match. Austin has 7 so far. Big difference when it comes to that aggressive efficiency from the service line, which both head coaches said has to go right for them to get a win.
Yeah, at this level, if you're not missing, you're not being aggressive enough. So if you have no errors, the other team's probably passing really, really well. So no risk, no fun if you're a server.
Austin in the net, rewarding Salt Lake for these amazing digs in that rally.
Just this effort and discipline, and Haiti Casanova with a one-handed defense all night. You got some scoopies. Kojima giving all of the effort, and right now, if I'm Carly Lloyd, Austin's middle blockers have 18 kills and only 1 error. I am feeding them as much as possible.
Poulter out to Alexa Gray. Hitting in a way, ball going into the stands. This is Salt Lake's first lead here in the 4th set. Skinner setting the ball with no spin. Salt Lake just looking all sorts of out of system on that play.
Yeah, it's kind of a funky play. Serena Gray, that dig was right to her. She's trying to get out of the way. couldn't quite do so. But again, this is a nice rotation for them, and if Salt Lake passes well, I would think Jordan's going to try to find Serena Gray.
Serena Gray getting the ooze from the crowd after that swing.
She's hitting over 600 on the season, so she's going to kill over half of the balls she's going to be set. Tonight she's been a little bit lower, but if efficiency-wise, the reason you want to set middles as much as possible is because typically they score at a lot higher rate than the pins, mostly because they get higher quality sets based on the pass.
Lloyd to the slide queen, Asia O'Neal getting the kill off Claire Hoffman's hands.
Again, we talked about now they have 19 kills, 1 air out of the middle. And if you're the other setter, Bria Riley, or the offensive coach, Rob Browning, on the sideline, you're telling Carly, hey, they're hot right now. As much as possible, feed the middles. Make Salt Lake figure out how to stop them.
Lloyd to Alexa Gray in the back row. This ball goes off Maddie Banks' platform into Madison Skinner's face as her teammates help her up. And we're headed to break. Salt Lake with a slight lead here in the 4th set. Salt Lake has to go to 5 in order to take this match here for the Love Finals, match 1 of the weekend. League One Volleyball is presented by Skims, the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of Love. Well, looking back at that chase scouting report, Austin has the lead in the match. What are you seeing so far, Courtney?
Yeah, we're seeing their serve well executed, especially in set 3, getting Salt Lake in all kinds of trouble and really threw them off their game. And when they passed well, which again can be a liability for them, they're virtually unstoppable.
And for Salt Lake, looking at their chase scouting report, what needs to happen right now?
Yeah, so right now, Hades kind of been up and down, and we're seeing Salt Lake is going as she's going. So mostly good tonight. Manami has been good, but there are a lot of these off plays they're going to need to figure out for Salt Lake right now.
I'm going to say you nailed, especially Austin's scouting report. Their middles are going off right now. These serves are great for Austin. 7 aces for Austin. As you see, another missed serve for Salt Lake. Just 1 ace for Salt Lake so far.
12-12 in the 4th. Finals here, the first match. Everything on the line for these two teams. This is when, as an athlete, you're grinding. It's not always pretty. You're just trying to find a way to execute these plays that you've been training every single day all year long.
Tori Dixon getting the kill off the cages, block right in front of her. You can see the hand signals that the front row is giving the back line, reading the defense.
That's right. They're telling their defensive players what they're taking on the block. So if they put up a 1, they're going to block line, which means the defender's going to respond a little differently. They block a 2, they're going to take angle on that attacker. And we're seeing it here from Love Austin as well. The middles have a few more numbers. There's a lot of things they can do. They can stay in the middle of the court. They can front the other middle, which means they kind of shadow her, so they're ready for a middle attack. They can commit, which means they're going to jump on that middle before they even know where the set's going. A lot of strategy beyond what it looks like initially in volleyball.
Back to Skinner. Just a little too far out, trying to find that line shot. Again, you can see her face is a little red right now. The ball hit Carly Lloyd before time, our breaks platform hit Skinner, but she is clearly back and hitting hard after that shot.
Even if you can't see it.
So Alexa Gray is saying that Austin was in the net.
I think they were, but it was after. I think it was a little bit after the ball had gone out of bounds.
This is Salt Lake's biggest lead of set 4.
My bad, you were right.
Coulter with the platform set out to Alexa Gray.
And Salt Lake right now doing exactly what Austin did to them. They're just dialing in, executing a little bit better, and Austin making some unconventional misses.
Eric Sullivan calling the timeout.
Slapping that ball. Better just to tip that thing short, set it over. That's a free ball coming back, right? Hey, we got to clean it up on our side. We're giving them everything right now. We're giving them everything, right? Clean contacts, good sets, take good aggressive swings at the edges, right? We got to keep it off their bro if we can. I would much rather have a set a ball over, short into 2, than take a medium swing at their bro right now. All right? Let's go here. Come on.
What? I don't know what to say because they play good balls. Yeah.
Saturday night, it's the final match of the League One Volleyball Championship Series. Salt Lake and Austin will face off one last time to decide the winner of the Tiffany Trophy. That's this Saturday, April 18th, with coverage starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on USA Sports. The championship is a 2-match series. If one team wins both, they take home the Tiffany Trophy. If they split, they will immediately play a golden set to 15 points to decide it all. Back to Skinner, this time changing up the angle, getting the kill.
Great execution by Austin. Eric Sullivan telling his team, hey, get back to just executing the easy plays right now. One good pass. Let's get in rhythm, find our game again. Madison Skinner, toughen it out. You don't always physically see where the ball hits you. That thing was coming in hot. Love the grit she's showing right now.
Maddie Banks bringing the energy for her team, cutting that ball perfectly.
Bailey Miller in to serve for Austin, making a difference. A rookie for Austin this season, and they're creeping back in this thing. So Salt Lake up by 2 right now is really going to need a side out here to keep the momentum.
Big up for Maddie Banks, right on Lloyd's head. Coulter goes out to Alexa Gray. She tries to clip the hands, but the ball goes too wide, taking the error.
She called that early, just trying to be aggressive on edges and just missed it. A game of inches right now. And I'd expect Jordan Poulter to find Casanova in the back row, try to mix it up here.
Austin on a 3-0 run. If they take this set, they take the match. O'Neal denying Dixon's tip. As well as denying Alexa Gray's hit. Asia O'Neal punting everyone at the net.
Just absolutely stuffs that ball. What a block by Asia O'Neal. No notes from number 7.
Went from left all the way to the right. She does not stop until the play is over.
So again, volleyball is such a game of momentum. Austin makes a good run, gets back in this thing, and now Salt Lake's up by 1. If they can get back to good and stay aggressive, they could keep Austin in trouble, but it just feels like the swell of Love Austin is coming back here. Maddie Haynes, one of the best servers for Love Salt Lake, back in as a serving sub. She's had some great runs, made a lot of effective serves against Love Houston in the semis.
Deep missed error. Tommy Ashiro challenging her team to be a little more risky at the service line as long as it's not in the net. Madison Skinner, back row, serving for the 5th tie of the set right now. Banks, another great dig. Skinner, dug up by Maname. This time it's Asia O'Neal who's denied. Alexa Gray, not forgetting that block O'Neal had on her.
No words needed. Alexa Gray gets one back after Asia O'Neal stuffed some dreams. Alexa Gray's in on this. Just a big time crossover move.
Lloyd beating out the battle at the net. Skinner chasing that ball from Inoue all the way, jumping over the barricade, but able to slow down a little bit.
Such great effort. You just feel the intensity on both sides. These are some of the best volleyball players in the world, giving everything they have right here in the U.S. That's what it's all about.
ISO block. Serena Gray completely denying Madison Skinner.
Huge stuff by Serena Gray down the stretch. That's one-on-one in the back row, and you just got to take a chance that she guesses right. Eric Sullivan making a substitution with Bria O'Reilly, number 17, the setter from Canada. She spent most of the season starting. Has 2 great setters on his roster, and he's needed both.
Free ball for Austin. Where is O'Reilly going to go? Salt Lake called into the net on this play. Austin taking their time in the huddle with their new setter in Bria O'Reilly.
And every touch matters right now. Bria O'Reilly trying to help her team put up hittable balls. Maddie Banks back to serve. This has been a good rotation for Austin.
Serena Gray clipping the net, which takes this ball out of bounds.
And right now, on a good pass, I think Jordan's going to try to find Haiti Casanova.
Where's Poulter go? Outside to Alexa Gray, who gets stuffed. Bria O'Reilly and Asia O'Neal building an actual wall. Tied up here in the 4th set. If Austin wins this one, they win the match.
And Austin just plays with so much confidence down the stretch. When it gets tight, that's when they get good. We're seeing it once again.
Stop.
Yeah.
Quick go to get us out of there. Yeah. Right. Don't take him, friend.
Good talk. Like, hey! Good read. Give us time. We can. Everyone on the road. Let's go. Let's go, Jordan. Great defense. Let's go. Yes, Claire. Come on. Hey, come on. Yes, just one. Yes, yes.
Fairhoffman telling their team just one. Let's get a high pass. Give Jordan Poulter some time. They've got 3 of their best attackers up there. This is the look that they want. They just need a pass to start.
Hoffman has 10 kills and 12 digs. Alexa Gray making more production happen for her team. 20 kills on the match for her so far.
Big time side out by Salt Lake. If I'm Bria O'Reilly, absolutely I'm setting Asia O'Neal on a good pass.
Alexa Gray now to serve as the only player who has eclipsed 20 kills here tonight. Eggleston not able to get that ball across the net from O'Reilly. Salt Lake 1 point away from set point here in the 4th. Salt Lake trying to take this thing to 5. Adelson with the power tip. Dropping that ball right over the block.
Bria Riley with the choice. She thought, hey, the block's going to go with AJ O'Neal, which they did. So she creates a one-on-one for Logan Eggleston. And Jordan Poulter, I would expect to set Serena Gray here on a good pass.
Big hustle. Jordan Poulter all over the floor. Eggleston going for the line shot. No touch. It's Salt Lake's point. Set point for Salt Lake.
It isn't always pretty, but you just got to find a way. And Jordan Poulter willing her team right now. She's going to have to wear cleats here pretty soon as much as she's running around on that side.
Jordan Poulter, 5 digs. Slide from the cage. Scrappy defense from Salt Lake. Bria Riley taking this one in her own hands.
One side out to take this thing to set 5 right now. And I'm betting Jordan's going to find Alexa Gray in the back row or Haiti Casanova.
Great hustle by Chateau, and leading to the kill from Eggleston. Austin pumped up from that touch from their libero, Inoue.
By Inoue, wow, what a play. If you could score on a ball like that, so much momentum now. Salt Lake needs a good pass to put pressure back on Austin.
Tied up, have to win by 2. We're going to at least 26. Skinner. Poulter goes to Alexa Gray in the back row. Molly McCage with the block touch, but the ball falls right behind her head. Set point for Salt Lake.
The whole arena can feel the intensity right now. And this is when, to win a championship, you just gotta be good. You don't have to be great, try to do too much.
Casanova with the service error. That puts us back at the tie here in the 4th set. Again, if Austin wins, match over. If Salt Lake wins this set, we go to the 5th set, 1st to 15. Logan Eggleston, the best server in the league. Overpass. Is that 4 touches? It is. Austin not able to get that ball over. Eric Sullivan trying to save it with a block touch.
They move it back to the ground.
A block touch does not count as a touch.
Hey, here we go. Side out.
So it can't be. No, it has to be above the height of the
If it was a block touch, Austin would have 3 additional touches. The upright was saying it was not a block touch, which would put 4 touches at Austin, giving Salt Lake set point. McCage, did she get the block touch? She didn't. Salt Lake does it. They take the 4th set.
Wow.
And of course, we are going to the 5th. Coming up, it's the decisive 5th set. It's 1st to 15, win by 2. Goes quick and it's intense. When we return to the League One Volleyball Championship Match 1 on USA Sports. We're going to the 5th set for match 1 of the League One 2026 finals. It does not get more dramatic or intense than this. Big reason we're going to 5, though, is Salt Lake outside Alexa Gray.
Alexa Gray just proving why she's one of the best outside hitters in the world in this league, and just so steady right now, doing it from the front row and the back row. In the moments where Salt Lake has needed someone to get them out of a pinch, it always seems to be Alexa Gray. She has a knack for showing up in these moments, and heading into the 5th, that's what it's all about.
Alexa Gray has 25 points under her belt. She has an entire set added to the stat sheet. We're only going to 15 here. Every point matters so much. For more on the Austin setters, we're going to Cameron Irwin.
Listen in to Carly Lloyd and Bri O'Reilly on the sideline just before the set started here in the 5th. And the conversation stemmed around being simple and being specific, as well as trusting their offense. Carly Lloyd back in the starting setter position. But again, this is a setting tandem. They are working hand in hand regardless of who's on the floor.
Great stuff, Cameron. Love hearing what's happening in real time with the setters on the sidelines.
Yeah, no, I just feel like, you know, when coaches listen or athletes, you think at this level they got to be talking about something so wildly intricate or nuanced, and it does come back to the basics. Austin challenging the touch call. It does look like they got Asia O'Neal on that pinky. Pinky don't lie. Salt Lake ties it up here. Tori Dixon, I imagine, is going to try to serve some space between Logan Eggleston and
Asia O'Neal with the pass, going in for the slide.
Slide queen does it all. Takes a short serve, passes it in system. Watch this, and then does a great job of keeping that approach off the net so she can see that block and go right above it. Asia O'Neal is dialed in here in the 5th set.
Asia O'Neal, not so fast. Jordan Poulter steps in, but Molly McCage sends that ball right on Salt Lake's side.
So veteran play by center Jordan Poulter to be ready for that dribbler over the net. Every point matters here in the 5th set. You go to 15, and as an athlete, like, anything can happen in the 5th set. You feel the nerves, and you're just trying to stay right where your feet are, 1 point at a time, and do the little things well.
Poulter finding Serena Gray. Eggleston right into Gray's hands. Salt Lake with the block.
You got a little Serena Gray stare down here in set 5. No words needed, but you can feel the intensity from number 11.
Gray played 3 seasons at Penn State before transferring to Pitt. McCage sending that ball out on the slide. Ball stays on Salt Lake's side.
Molly McCage just got a little bit under that ball. It's hard to hit down, so that sailed a little bit long. I think Lloyd's going to find Skinner here.
Skinner flying in from the back row.
And as we go through the 5th set, I think these setters are going to go more and more to their big-time hitters. Put it in the hands of your best attackers. Madison Skinner, Alexa Gray, Serena Gray.
Serena Gray and teammates convince her to touch. Tama Miyashiro throws that red flag in the air. We are going for a challenge.
Original ball.
Important.
Oh yeah, she got that for sure. Even though it's taped and it's hard to see.
It hit McCage's taped middle finger, getting the call Salt Lake's way, putting Alexa Gray at the service line. And Alexa Gray has been a force offensively, 21 kills, and also defensively, 12 digs for her. Tie ball. Oh, Serena Gray somehow blocks this. statement block from Logan Eggleston.
Just both sides right now feeling it. That set a little bit tight, a lot of bit tight from Jordan Poulter, and Haiti challenges and goes after it.
Molly McCage covering her mouth.
Jeez.
Couldn't believe how good that one was for her teammate. Casanova coming for revenge. McCage puts it back on Salt Lake's side.
Wow, Claire Hoffman puts up an absolute wall against Madison Skinner and goes and gets that left hand and gets over. You see the reactions of these athletes, and there's so much pressure, and they're trying to keep their composure, and then you get a big play, and it's like all of it gets to come out. It's so fun.
Lloyd going out to Banks. Putting that one ball down. Ball on Austin's side.
Number 22, Bailey Miller, the rookie, back in this set 5 for Love Austin. She came in and had Austin on a huge run earlier in the match.
Poulter back row to Alexa Gray. One arm dig by Lloyd. Back to Gray. Asia O'Neal. She doesn't need any help. Stuff block by number 7.
Huge read, and the one-on-one again, especially with the middle blocking a big, which is that back row attack. You just choose one way to dive, and Asia O'Neal chooses the right one.
Ball sent out by Bailey Miller. That was O'Neal's 5th block of the night. Austin has 17 blocks. Salt Lake has 13. It's been a defensive battle at the front. Casanova up to serve.
Yes, Loco. Yes, we're coming.
Great dig by both liberos. Banks ending that rally. The crowd is loving the defense they're seeing to lead to that kill.
2 liberos from Japan absolutely doing what they do best, and that is keeping the play alive for their team. Manami Kojima, that is an insane dig. And then, of course, Koto on the other side did the exact same thing in Austin's favor. Salt Lake just down by 2, so every side out, every touch matters for them right now.
Skinner at the service line. She has 20 points. That's the 10th time this season she's scored 20 points in a match. Free ball for Salt Lake. Poulter. Alexa Gray beating out the triple block at the front from Austin.
That is a huge point for Salt Lake to stay in this match right now. That's a tough rotation with Tori and Claire Hoffman, 2 of their lowest attacking offensive weapons. And they find Alexa Gray versus 3 blockers, and she finds a kill.
Out to Banks. Salt Lake able to slow the ball down. Leading to Alexa Gray, kill number 23.
Alexa Gray, just in these moments, she finds a way to step up no matter what is in front of her and help her team. What a battle tonight. You can see both teams getting a little tight here.
8-8, over halfway through the 5th set. Poulter finding Casanova. Banks flying in. Not intimidated by Tori Dixon's block.
Such a steady athlete for Austin, and just takes huge swings in big moments and acts like it's no big deal. Great swing by Maddie Banks. Carly Lloyd locked in right now.
O'Neal sending that ball back on Salt Lake's side. Big up. But Salt Lake too forceful at the front. 6th tie of the set.
That is a brave set. That might be Tori Dixon's first kill of the night. Jordan Poulter going to the veteran. Sometimes you play what's working, and sometimes you set the player that no one thinks is going to get the ball, and it's risky, and it worked out for Salt Lake. Carly Lloyd, I would imagine, is going to find Madison Skinner in the back row here.
Out to Eggleston, off the hands of Salt Lake. Another kill, Eggleston's 11th of the match.
I love this.
You can hear Carly Lloyd saying, I love it, let's freaking go. They're taking big cuts right now when everything is on the line in the first match of this final series.
Love these mic'd up moments for USA Sports covering League One. Wadded up by Eggleston, probably the highest ball of the match. She hits it into the block though. Jordan Poulter getting that one.
Serena Gray staying so disciplined. Incredible dig by Logan Eggleston. That's such a hard dig to make. Takes a big cut, but that block just finds the court. Jordan Poulter going to attack in between Maddie Banks and Logan Eggleston right now.
Jordan Poulter has 4 blocks for Salt Lake. Oh, Eggleston defending her teammate Skinner perfectly.
Again, Austin's so physical that these little plays at the net, they're usually going to come out winning those plays. It's getting heated right now.
Carly Lloyd up to serve, so she's going to be back row setting the next 3 rotations, putting Skinner at the front. ISO block, 1-on-1. Molly McCage shutting down Serena Gray.
Great read by Molly McCage, that's big time. And now here's where it gets fun. Does Jordan repeat Serena, knowing that Molly's gonna be on it, or does she go over and find Alexa Gray? Look at that fire.
The intensity. Tama Miyashiro trying to slow down Austin's momentum.
Who's serving again?
Next time that is going to be...
No, there. Yeah. Lots of talk, give us time. Hey, approach like you're gonna murder the ball, okay? They can't stop you, Izzy. Talk to us, okay? Back passes, talk, just talk. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on, here we go.
Miyashiro telling her team, hey, we need one pass. And you approach like you're the best hitter in the world. You're going to murder this ball with aggression, with confidence. Both of these teams have been in the dogfight.
Close match all night. Both teams have 61 kills. Make that 62 for Salt Lake.
Such fun volleyball to watch when both teams play with such confidence when everything is on the line. There's nothing better than going for it in these moments.
Serena Gray first to the huddle to help Alexa Gray move on from that missed serve.
Yes, Molly. Yes.
Eggleston at the service line. Bad news for Salt Lake. Eggleston leads League One in aces. Poulter finding Serena Gray. And she ends Logan Eggleston's service run immediately.
Sometimes you got to kill them with kindness. Doesn't always have to be the hardest hit. Serena Gray figuring out how to get a kill right now. Maddie Bug, Stanford grad, longtime pro, in for Salt Lake as a serving sub.
3-time All-American at Stanford. Skinner rolling this one. Casanova blocked. Time out. Eric Sullivan trying to end any momentum for Salt Lake.
Hey, what do we know about our curve? Flat to 5 or no rookie, short to 2, right? So let's make sure we're paying attention to that. Again, you guys, we got to communicate at a little higher level when we're running around. We got two players kind of running into each other and slapping at the ball versus somebody just taking it.
Yeah.
Very simple. First contact, get a nice pass. Let's start it out here, okay?
Austin! Here we go, Mo. Hey, our turn here. Our turn. First side out. Let's go. Let's go. Our turn.
To win the championship, it's a two-match series. If one team wins both, they take home the trophy. If these teams split, they will immediately play a golden set on Saturday to 15 points to decide it all. Tommy Oshiro going for her first Love championship. Eric Sullivan's team has one under the belt. Casanova, clutch all match long.
Poulter gives her a little time in transition, and that's when she's at her best. Both sides locked in. This is as close as it gets with everything on the line.
Match point for Salt Lake. Skinner, she's begging for a touch. The upright calls this ball out. Eric Sullivan throws that red challenge flag.
It's a game of inches.
The original call is no block touch. I'll finish challenging block touch.
That ball is out.
But there was a touch.
Not done yet. Tied up. Got to win by 2. We are going to at least 16 here in the 5th. Back and forth battle all night.
This
Molly McCage up to serve.
Gonna go to Alexa Gray or Casanova here.
McCage looking frustrated after the miss serve right into the net. Match point. Haiti Casanova at the service line. Jordan Poulter is front row setting. She's going to be able to dump or block if she wants. Skinner tries to find that line shot. Hits that ball out. Salt Lake takes match 1 of the League One 2026 finals.
Unbelievable. By 2. It wasn't always pretty for Salt Lake, but they hung in there. They kept the rallies alive, and they stayed steady the whole night, regardless of the score. A huge, huge win for Salt Lake, giving them a chance to take their first championship away in League One volleyball.
Haiti Casanova, the right side, dominated all 5 sets. Alexa Gray on the outside had the most kills in the gym. Jordan Poulter spread the offense all night for Salt Lake.
Doesn't get any closer. It's 16-14 in the 5th. Both of these teams played a golden set. They're going to be ready for an absolute dogfight on Saturday. Anything can happen.
Let's go to Cameron Arwen, who's with Alexa Gray.
Alexa, this environment was electric. You come back and find the 5th set. Describe what it was like playing in this first match of the series.
Yeah, I think maybe getting a little bit of jitters out. I don't think it was our best volleyball, but I thought we stuck together as a group and did what we could do even through the weird. But just really proud of how we stayed in it and fought, and yeah, excited.
How did this team have to be resilient in this matchup, especially late in the 5th?
Yeah, I think we've played Austin 4 times, and this is our 5th time playing them, so it's tough in this league, and a lot of the teams have some good players, and we've gone back and forth with them, and yeah, just resilience is, I think, sorry.
I think it's time to go celebrate right now, Alexa.
Thanks
for joining me. Shelby, back to you.
Alexa Gray finishing with 28 points. Saturday night, it's the final match of the League One Volleyball Championship Series. Salt Lake and Austin will face off one last time to decide the winner of the Tiffany Trophy. That's this Saturday, April 18th, with coverage starting at 8 p.m. Eastern only on USA Sports. Salt Lake leading the series 1-0. See you Saturday on USA Sports.